Right. So thank you so much for that. With this, we would start up with our orientation session. Over to you, Arun.
Okay, guys, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, yeah. So before we proceed further, I just wanted to know if there is anyone on the call who is new to VFC as such. New to VFC, volunteer for a cause.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Hi,
Arun.
hi.
Yeah, can
I'm
you
new
guys
to
help us with your names? Jyoti Simha, correct?
Jyotishma.
Adri.
Jyotishma,
Yeah.
sorry.
Hello. Oh, it's okay.
And then
Ne-
Neetu, hi.
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 I'm
Myself,
Palak.
Adri.
Advi and Palak, right?
Okay, I just had a question. I'm only 16 and I wanted to know if I could volunteer here.
Yes, you definitely can, but then you would
Yeah,
be
okay.
mapped in such a way
Yeah,
that
I
you
know.
would be teaching a
Yeah,
younger kid.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Simran would be a point of contact. Okay. Tejaswini, can you guys then can you give us a quick introduction of what VFC is, who we are, and what we do? Over to
Sure.
you, Tejaswini. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Arun. So, Volunteer for a Cause VFC is a registered, independent, non profit voluntary organization driven absolutely by the passion of volunteers. Recognizing a strong need for volunteerism in addressing various social, environmental, and humanitarian concerns in our society, VFC came into existence in the year 2012. VFC neither has an office space nor has any employees working for itself. VFC pioneered the movement in India of creating the one stop platform for a gamut of volunteering opportunities. Today, there are 21 different social causes under VFC's umbrella. During pre-COVID era, volunteers at VFC dedicated their time visiting old age homes, schools for intellectually challenged kids, children's homes, pet shelters, or by being a part of awareness sessions on matters such as road safety, first aid, men for menstruation, so on and so forth. VFC currently comprises of volunteers from all walks of life, including students, working professionals, homemakers, senior citizens who all come together to volunteer for a cause of their choice. Under the banner Volunteer from Home, VFC continues to promote the spirit of volunteerism by engaging volunteers in various educative and informative awareness sessions during this extraordinary period of lockdown. If you wish to know more about the work of VFC, including volunteering from home initiatives or volunteering from VFC, visit www.vfcindia.in/VFH. Over to you, Arun.
Yeah. Thank you, Tejaswini, for that. Guys, this particular initiative is under a cause called We Teach. I now call Indu to give a brief intro on the cause We Teach. Over to you, Indu.
Yeah, thank you, Arun. Good evening, guys. This is Indu from VFC. I'm here to take you through one of the cause we teach. We teach is one search cause which primarily focuses on making education reach underprivileged children. Currently, VTeach is one of the 21 causes under VFC, which is adding positive impact in the society. As we all know, the current pandemic has brought an halt to many fields. One such important field is education. Understanding the need of continuity in education to students. The cause VTeach was born on June 2020, and where a set of dedicated volunteers are taking both curricular and extracurricular online classes through Google Meet purely on voluntary basis. Now, VTeach is actively running in two children homes, Vishranti and Balyam. Kishore, if you can change the slide. Yeah. With the help of these dedicated volunteers in a very good way. Kishore, the next slide. Kishore,
Hasn't the slide moved?
Yeah, yeah, it's moved. It's moved. It
yeah,
might
yeah.
take a couple of
You can see these pictures and just have a glimpse of how the sessions are happening in these two homes. And the next and a new initiative under this cause is We Teach one-to-one mentoring program, which Arun will take you through. Over to you, Arun. Thank you.
Yeah, Suren, can you pitch in here?
Yeah. Thank you, Indu, Simran, Tejaswini, Kishore. Good evening, everyone. Suren here. Quickly taking through what this program is all about, or what you as volunteers will be doing. As in, I'll not take you through the process or the flow as such, but just to give a quick insight on why this program and what are we trying to achieve through this program as such. So we've been doing a lot of virtual volunteering or volunteer from home, where we have been involving volunteers to give back to the society in various ways. The one such request which we have got, this is the first instance of bringing this cause or how this was brought into shape is my maid approached telling that she has two children who is 6th standard and 9th standard who are going to government schools. For the past 4-5 months, as in when the lockdown started, completely they are out of education. Okay, this is specifically for government school children, where there are no online classes, there is no touch with teachers as such. Okay, so when I started inquiring about it, it was like they haven't even visited the school, nor teacher gave any call as such to even check what the students are doing or what is going on. Okay, they don't even know what next for them until the school starts. So what next, or what are you going to do next? When we asked, all that the person could tell is that when the school starts, we will have to go there and then talk to the HM over there. That is all we know. As of now, there is no other information as such. So that made us think a lot, where on one side, if you see there are children who are from private schools or even small level schools, where the online classes are happening, or at least they are in touch with some sort of education. So when we look at government school children, where the education is completely out of their picture, all that they do, even if they have access to technology, all that they do is either be on WhatsApp or watch some videos, or some of them even have Facebook, Instagram, even at their school level. They've been exploring that. That's the thing that most of them are doing. So this put us into a situation to see if we can explore or give an opportunity for any individual who is interested to teach students and make sure education is accessible. So now when we tell education is accessible, we are not turning into teachers as such, as in we are not going to complete their syllabus nor take them through entire course of whatever they have lost so far, covering those chapters. Nothing of that sort as such. Though we are covering syllabus, it is the goal or the aim of this entire program is to make sure that the child is in touch with a person who is knowledgeable to take them through some sort of education. Okay, so when we tell education, we have to obviously bring in their syllabus, because that is what they are going to continue further. So that is the main reason for us to bring in syllabus as such, which they already have. Where you as a volunteer will take them through few topics of the syllabus. Okay, we will explain you where to get the syllabus and what all things you need to cover, but always have in mind that you are not going to replace a teacher as such. you will be a volunteer who will share your knowledge about that particular subject. If you take math, or if you take science or social, whatever subject you take, you are going to give extra information or whatever topics that is available in that particular subject, to give more information about it and make sure that the student understands it. Okay, you do not have any force for you, as in we do not force you to complete syllabus as such. So don't think that, okay, if I choose a subject within 30 days or 60 days, should I complete the entire syllabus, or how it is going to be? No, that is not the goal of this entire program. You take any subject, prepare any topic, and make sure that the student understands that topic. Even if it is one topic which you are going to take in 2 classes, it is perfectly fine, as long as the student understands the topic. So the end goal is the student is connected to the education in some sort. Okay? So whenever the student goes back to the school or he discusses with other children, he or she shouldn't feel low that they have lost education for the past 6 months, or they don't know anything about what is there in the textbook or of that sort. So making sure the student doesn't feel disconnected to the education is the overall goal of this program. So how do we take this forward, or what will be your role, and how many hours you will teach and other stuff? Simran and Kishore will take you guys through. I just wanted to highlight this part, telling that you are there as a knowledgeable person whom the student can look up to. It could be this 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, how much ever time period you are committing. It could be beyond that also. For example, if the student feels that, okay, the schools have opened, but still I'm very keen to learn, and the way you are teaching is more understandable for the student. If you are okay and if the student is okay, you can even continue that further after 3 months or 4 months also, just keeping it in the weekend or whenever you guys get time. So this is the kind of bond or a volunteer student bond that we are trying to create by mapping one-to-one. A student who is going to government school can look up to someone whom he or she can see that, okay, if I'm having a doubt, or if I wanted to know something related to my education, there is a person for me to guide me or tell me something about it. So that's how this entire journey will be, where we are not going to define you set of start point or end point as such. Everything is flexible here. It depends on your availability, student availability, and when you want to take the class, which topic you want to take. Everything is purely flexible here. You can choose, you can define your timetable, you can define what needs to be done, but all the support and other things will be given by us to make sure this program goes well. Okay. So quickly, any questions around the whole vision or mission of this entire program, apart from the process of flow, which Kishore and Simran will and Indu will explain next. But so far, are you guys clear on what is that we are trying to achieve? Do you have any questions around this? No questions? Okay, there's a question in the chat box. I am 16 and I just wanted to know if I can volunteer here. Yeah, definitely yes. You can volunteer. Only thing is you will be assigned a student from the lower grade. It would be either first grade or second grade, so that it matches to your age group where you can teach. Any other questions?
feel free to use the chat box. You can drop in your queries there and we would cover it at the later point.
And I think your audio is very low.
Now?
Yeah, slightly better.
Okay.
Okay, so for Ajay's questions, all students belong. So students belong to different education board. Ajay, we currently have students from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and another one is Telangana, I guess. Simran or Kishore, if you can confirm, what are the other boards?
We have.
there are Maharashtra board students.
Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
There are
okay,
Maharashtra board students, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and there is one Odia student and Karnataka state students.
Okay, yeah. So we have different education board, Ajay. We will have different syllabus which you can choose to teach from. Okay, over to Arun. Are you there?
Yeah, Suren, I'll just take everyone through what the next procedure is and so what do they have to do?
Yeah.
So the first step would be to register, which you guys have already done, and the next step would be to be a part of the WhatsApp group, which our VTeach team has already added you guys into. And the third step would be attending the orientation, and the fourth step I'll tell you what to do right now. So I'll just share a document which will be shared to you in the group later, so that you can relate to it later. So this guideline document would be shared. So the first thing that we would need is to make sure that you register as a VFC volunteer. So in the guideline document, we have the link to register as a VFC volunteer also, right? So this would be circulated in the group, which you can check out later, right? So the requirements that we have, as Suren already mentioned, that our main primary focus would be to make sure that an individual priority is given to a student, and we bridge in the gap caused due to the pandemic to the educational flow. So a few requirements are that we request the volunteers to take up at least 2 subjects for a specific student, because a specific student might get comfortable to a specific way of teaching. So if he is going to have different subjects being taught by different volunteers, it might get a little bit challenging for the student. So we would suggest that you at least can take up 2 subjects, minimum of 2 subjects per volunteer. So the next thing would be that again you can see this link called bit.ly VTeach open requests. So this will again be shared in the group, and in this you would be able to see that there are different columns and rows. So here you can see the basic details of students that you would require. So in this sheet, you will be able to access the details of all the students that have registered for our one-to-one teaching program. So in this, you would be able to see the student's name, which class is he or she into, what are the languages that they are comfortable communicating, the communication platform being whether the student is comfortable using Google Meet or Zoom or WhatsApp call, and the syllabus would be the board which they are following, for example, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Odia, Andhra Pradesh, and the next would be the link to the syllabus. So you can just open the link, and there you can download the specific textbooks, and you can see whether if you are willing to take that up. So and then the next would be the medium, that is in which language the textbooks are printed. And here we would have another column called as volunteer preference. So this is the gender of the volunteer that would be required to teach that specific student. So if the volunteer preference says female, then for the student we are looking for a female volunteer. And then after that, the next column would say what are the subjects that the student is interested to take up, right? Is the student is interested to learn, right? And then later you can see that there would be two different color codes. One would be the green one and the other one would be the red one. So the red ones are the student for which no volunteer is yet assigned. So in few cases, you would be able to see that a volunteer has taken 3 subjects or 2 subjects, but whereas the student is willing to learn all the subjects. In such cases, the student will be taught by 2 different volunteers if possible. So this is what you can you'll get the access to these sheets, so you can have a look of all the students who have registered. And if you're willing to let's just take an example. I want let us take that I want to I'm interested to teach Shravan, that is the person in the second row. So what I would do next is I would come back to the group which I have been allotted into. I've been added into. The group's name is VTeach 1-to-1 VFC. So in this group, we request you to post up the requirement in this format. So we have something called as VTE ID. So VTE ID is nothing but a unique student identification number that we would have assigned for a single student. So all the communication you would be having would be through this VTE ID. So you can see on the first column is what it says, VTE reference number. So the format of that would be all in caps, VTE space and the 3-digit number, right? So we request the volunteers to send the student that you are willing to teach the details about that student in this format. Where it says VTE ID, that is the ID of the student, and then the volunteer name, that is your name, and the subjects that you are willing to take up. So the message would look something like this when you post it on the group. It says, hi, I would like to take up the following requirements. VTE ID, that VTE ID is VTE 001, or any student that you are willing to teach. And the next would be volunteer name, that is your name, and the subjects that you are willing to teach. After this, our VTeach team would reach out to your WhatsApp within 24 hours with all the necessary details to contact the student. That would include even the student's contact number and the daily activities of the student also. Right. So after that, meanwhile, our team would make sure that that your informations are sent to the student, telling that this volunteer with this name would be teaching you. So you can have your calls after that. After you get the information, you can just have an initial call with the student and then get on to a convenient timing wherever you can devote time. At the same time, the student will be able to devote time for the same, right? So after that, you can start building up, you can start taking up the classes. And one thing is, when the classes are being taken up, when the syllabus is being covered, having a track of progress is very important. So that is where we have our daily update form. So we would encourage every volunteer to fill up this form after every session. For example, if I have taught 2 subjects today, then I would fill the form twice for both the subjects. I'll just take you through the form once so that there's a better understanding of how it works. Yeah, so here this would be the form which would again be shared on the group. So the first thing being your email address, and the next thing being VTeach ID. So this specifically, we must make sure that we type it down in this format, VTE and then a space, and if it is 5, then it would be 005. It is very important to make sure that we have the space and it is in the same format so that we have a better tracking in the backend. And volunteer name would be your name, and VFC ID. Once you register with VFC, the link I showed you in the beginning, once you register with VFC, you would be getting a VFC ID to your registered email address. So that would be your VFC ID and the child's name and the session number, maybe the day 1 or this is the day 2, or whichever number of day it is, and the subjects that you have taught, right? So the next would be the date of the class that you have taken. And after that, it would be when was the class started, when did the class end. And here we would request for a brief description of what was covered in the class, because in some cases there might be any personal commitment due to which the volunteer might have to drop out. So in such cases, we would encourage that you reach out to our VTeach team and specify the reason for the same, so that when the next volunteer is about to continue teaching that student, the volunteer would know till where was it covered and from where is he supposed to continue teaching the student. And this being rating the students attentiveness, because over a period of time we would want to improve the rate at which the student absorbs the information. So this again being a factor through which we will be able to notice the learning process of how the student the grasping power of the student. And then apart from that, if you would want to share any comments or any experience, so you can just share it down here and submit the form. If in case of any queries or anything, our team would reach out to you. So I'll just go back to the guidelines so that we just cover it up. I'll just take you through how the whole guideline is. So the daily update form is present here, and it will be shared in the group and made available in the group description also. Please note that the VTE number, when you're typing the VTE number in the update form, you make sure that it is in the same format as VTE space 3-digit number, that is 001 or 002, right? And the next thing is we expect of a time commitment from a volunteer of at least 15 hours per month of teaching, or either over WhatsApp video call or Google Meet or Zoom, or anything that is comfortable for you and the student both. So if here, the most important thing to note is that if the volunteer teacher has not connected to the student for a continuous period of more than 5 days, then we would want to make sure that the learning process is continuous, and we would probably replace the student, or if the same happens with the student, sorry, replace the volunteer teacher, or if the same happens with the student, we would replace it the student. So this is the thing, and do's and don'ts of all the volunteers. Simran from our team would take you through it. Simran, all to you.
Yeah, thank you, Kishore. Good evening, everyone. I'm Simran from VFC. I would like to go through few do's and don'ts for volunteers. Do's for volunteers is where initially you need to have an ice-breaking session with the kid to know about them and their family also. Introduce yourself to them so that the parents would know like whom the kid is talking to, and also create a lesson plan so that you stay prepared for the topics which you wish to cover, and also keep the sessions friendly and open so that it is more easy to understand. Try to make it best as much as possible, and be an active listener if the kid is trying to say something or if he's not understanding. Yeah, just listen to them, and then you can reply to them about the query, and then define boundaries such as don't enter into their personal matters or respect their personal boundaries, and maintain an accurate and up-to-date record of volunteering. As Kishore and Arun mentioned before, it is very important to update the daily tracker so that we can monitor through that, like how the session is going on and what are the topics that you are trying to cover. And the volunteers are again expected to use a good judgment in selecting an appropriate attire for each and every session. So now I would like to go through few don'ts for volunteers. That is, do not prefer any kind of financial help. Do not even ask or even accept money from them, and avoid getting into unwanted personal family issues, and also avoid being judgmental, and don't be rude to the students. If in any case, if you are facing any issues with the student, just let us know, either me or Kishore or any of the group admins. It may be regarding the student behavior also. Yeah. So that is it. Over to you, Kishore. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was speaking
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
mic on mute. Yeah, so these are the do's and don'ts that we would expect from a volunteer teacher to make sure that there's a seamless teaching and learning experience that you and the kid would have. So here we have some of the important links. These same syllabus links would be shared to you when the details of the student are shared to you also. So there would be a link which would contain even the link for the syllabus of their specific board. So these are again the important links that we would be sharing it on the group again. So this is the volunteer registration is if in case. So we are looking forward to reach out as many students and as many volunteers as possible. So we would even share the materials that you can circulate around your group, so that there are more volunteers whom we can get on board and we can help more kids also. So we would these are the two links for the volunteers to register and the kids to register also. And in this link called as volunteer opportunities is the link which I shared in the beginning, which says whether a student is assigned or a student is not yet assigned, right? So yeah, so the most important thing is that the feedback form that we have, it would be a help for us, because everyone are volunteers here and none of us are full time into it. So it would be a wonderful help. We could help each other by making sure that we fill the feedback form after every session, and to make sure that the learning process goes on good with the kid and the experience of yours for teaching goes on well. We would encourage continuous communication and feedback that you could give to our team, so that we can make this experience a better one. And the main point to note is that this whole program is a voluntary program, and we do not offer any kind of monetary rewards to the volunteers, nor do we charge the students for the classes that we are taking. And as I had mentioned before, we must make sure that we reach out to as many kids as possible, as many volunteers as possible, because every word said can make a huge impact in a small kid's life. So that is why here we've given the link to our Instagram handle, in where you can find all the details of the specific programs that is running, being one-to-one also, and the same would be shared on the WhatsApp group also. So, and even in the guidelines, we have a few FAQ questions also, for which we have answered. So this would be shared to you. If there are any question, I think we can take them up.
Kishore, I think we can take up the first. Am I audible, Kishore?
Yes, you are.
I think we can take up the first question in the FAQs.
In the FAQs, okay, all right, okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Okay. So, in some of the cases, you would be able to see that the subjects that the student has opted for would be EVS, science. So this does not make it two different subjects, but they are the same subjects, because as we all know that kids from the first to fifth standard have it as EVS, and then from the sixth to 10th standard have it as science. So that is why. In the subject requirement, you can see it in this format, where it would be EVS/science. Uh, it means either it is EVS if it is a lower grade kid, or it is science if it is an upper grade kid. So since I've come into the first FAQ, the second FAQ also I'll cover it up, which says, do I need to have any teaching experience? Not at all. Teaching experience is not mandatory, because even we are volunteers, and even you are volunteers, so that this would in turn be a learning experience for everyone. So teaching experience is not mandatory. Yep. So these are the two main FAQs that I wanted to discuss on the meeting. The rest of the FAQs, you can actually go through it when the guidelines are shared on the group. I think now we can take up any questions if they are. You can either type it in the chat box, or else unmute yourself we can take up questions so that we have a better picture of how the whole process is going to be.
Hi, Kishore. I had a question.
Hi, Ajay.
Yeah. Some of us are working from home, so it is not possible for us to take classes, say from like 9 to 5 or something. So in that case, can we talk to the kid and have a schedule of our own,
Yeah, that you can definitely
depending on
do.
the availability of the kid and our timings?
Yes, yes, definitely you can do that. So once we have shared the contact number of the student to you, you can speak to the kid and check out for the most feasible timings, and then you can proceed with that.
Okay, Kishore. Thank you.
Thank you.
So guys, if you don't have any questions, probably what we could do is, just in case you have any question that needs to be answered, you could reach out to us through the WhatsApp group. And I think we can wind up now, so, Kishore.
Yeah, I think there is one point which I missed out. Do we have to cover up the whole syllabus? The answer to that is no. Here, our main role is to make sure that the gap caused due to the pandemic is bridged. So the covering of whole syllabus is not our intention. Even if at the end of the program, if the kid is able to understand 10 pages, then that's a wonderful thing. So our main intention is to make sure that the kid has some kind of learning process going on, even at this time. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay, Kishore. That point was very important. Okay, I think we can conclude. So, guys, soon after the call, what we would be doing is we would be sharing a link to a Google spreadsheet, right? I'll just quickly share that spreadsheet on the screen.
No, excuse Arun, we've got a question in the chat box. Is there any timeline for the program for any specific period of time?
Hi Ajay, Arun here. So as of now, we're looking at it as a 3-month initiative, say up till December. And if in case the schools reopen before December, I think we could kind of take it till the time the school reopens. Yeah. Okay, guys, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Arun, it's visible.
Yeah. So whatever columns that you see here is an outcome of the brainstorming session that we have had, and these are basically elements that, from our point of view, are required for you to, analyze if you would be able to teach the kid. And the link to syllabus is intentionally kept over here so that, say, just in case if you're opting to teach a kid who's studying in a higher grade, you can visit the link over here and see if it is if it is max or if it is science. You could check the syllabus, and if it is something that is doable by you, you can check and get back to us. So that is the intention of having the link over here. So in the group, just covering this point again. So in the group, you'll have to reply back with the VT number. VT number is in the first column, right? VT number, which is in the first column, followed by a name and the subjects that you would want to teach. Okay. So in some cases, what happens is that the student would have mentioned all subjects. So in that case, what you could do is you could again go through the syllabus and you can come up with at least 2 subjects that you would want to teach. And the third item that you would have to mention is that 2 subjects that you are willing to teach. VT number, followed by your name, your full name preferably, and then the 2 subjects that you would want to teach, right? Indu, did we miss any point? Indu, Simran, Kishore?
I think we have covered all the points. If any queries,
we could take it in the WhatsApp. Yeah. Cool, guys. Thank you and happy volunteering. What if the student wants help with only one subject? Do I need to teach another kid? Okay. So Palak, if you are able to teach one subject to that particular kid, and along with that, engage another kid, you are free to do so, Palak. At your convenience, basically. Cool. Guys, any other questions? Cool. We'll wind up. Happy volunteering and a good night, guys.
Thank you.